You can absolutely build a great set of quads without barbell squats. I'm going to show you 6 exercises that work. Number 6 may surprise you. Number 1, the plate-loaded leg press. You can use 3 different foot placements. Each emphasizes a different part of the quads. I'll show you how to target the rectus femoris later. Start with your feet wider than shoulder width. Just push flat through your foot. You don't want to leak energy by using weird foot placements. Control the eccentric. You want to master and dominate each rep. And don't go so deep that your butt rounds up, because that's going to put a lot of pressure on your low back, and you can tweak your low back on the leg press just like you can on the barbell squat. Next, bring your feet about 6 inches away from each other, and this is going to help you if you've got a weak outer sweep to target the vastus lateralis. Next, drop your feet lower on the platform so that you can target the VMO, the vastus medialis obliquus, or the teardrop muscle. Depending on what part of your quads are weak, you can rotate foot placements each time you leg press. Comment if you think I overlooked the foot placement. Number 2, dumbbell Bulgarian split squat. I suggest you go light to start until you sort out your balance if you're not used to doing unilateral work. Also, nothing wrong with using wrist straps here if your grip tends to give out, because that could limit you on how heavy you can go. Make sure to drop your hip below your knee to get a good stretch. Of course, this will activate your glutes and hamstrings, but the majority of the stress will be on your quads. If you return to barbell squats after doing this unilateral exercise and the one that I'm going to show you next, your barbell squats are going to feel way better because you're going to have better balance, coordination. Which leads to the next exercise. Number 3, the dumbbell step up. This is a very underrated exercise. It's very sneaky in how it can blow up your quads. Again, start light and use straps if needed. Start with your hip below the knee because this is going to activate the quads right from the start. After you step up, return to the start position and continue to focus on the quads. I'll show you programming for all these exercises in the power tip. There's 4 reasons your legs may not be growing to consider. Not eating enough calories, you're not in a surplus, you're not tracking your calories. Throughout the week, on average, you're underneath your caloric surplus, so therefore makes it difficult to grow. Also, you're not eating enough protein to grow. Your average for the week is below baseline, what you would need for muscle synthesis. And I'll give you the 2 others in the power tip. Number 4, the leg extension. I'm all about engaging the muscle. I really don't care how much weight is on there. If I don't feel it, then I don't do that exercise. The rectus femoris originates at the pelvis, so what you want to do is lean back, lengthen it so that as you rise up, you don't want to fully lock out, keep the shear force off your knee, but that is going to fully engage that rectus femoris. Squeeze hard for a 3 count and control the eccentric where you're stronger. Number 5, the machine leg press. Instead of pushing the weight away from you, you're actually pushing away from the platform without involving balance and your low back. Push to just shy of lockout to keep that constant tension on your quads. Play with the foot placement to find what works best for you. Number 6, the sled push. Surprise! This hits the quads functionally. Think pushing a car out of the road. And it also creates a metabolic disturbance to spur on new growth. Use it as a finisher, you'll be glad you did. Power tip, here's how to program these exercises. The other 2 reasons your quads aren't growing is maybe it's time to incorporate creatine. If you haven't used creatine, you might see a nice bump in strength and growth. If you're already using creatine, just make sure you're consistent. And something I do all the time is I do self-massage so that I can break up adhesions and I can stretch out the fascia, which will allow for growth. Watch this to take your arms to the next level. And as always, thanks so much for watching.